Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your financial market wrap-up for this Thursday, the 19th of November, 2020, about 6:55 p.m. Central Time. We are caught in the yin-yang of the markets. And I mentioned it yesterday, and today I see it crystal clear. The market is caught, hey, we're going to get all these vaccines. They're going to be given to the FDA. We're going to be getting them soon. They could be out and getting our first shots in December versus look at all the bad that's happening. Look at how many people are dying. Look at the places that are getting the shut-ins and what's going on. We still have the battle going over the election, but I do believe the president's got a major uphill battle. I watched Giuliani's conference today. I think it's money just wasted, but that's my take on it. Then I look at what the markets are doing. You know, you're down tonight. You rallied sharply in the last hour of trading today, and you gave all that up because as the market closed, Secretary of the Treasury, Mnuchin, told the Fed, actually told the marketplace, I want my money back. So basically, he's ending the Main Street facility. He's ending the municipal money that the Treasury has put out there and some of the other credit money. Why? And his rationale was the market is borrowing nowhere near the amounts that they needed back in March. They see that. I think the Main Street facility's been a total failure anyways, and I think everybody that looks at it thinks pretty much the same. It's the psychology, though, that the market didn't want to see. The Fed has told the government it wants more. It needs the governments to do more. Every Fed governor's been saying that. And here's the Treasury action at the very end, which I think really took us all by surprise, taking money back. They want it by December 31st. So what's not been used, that's the end of it. Wow. That's putting this market down. It's not helping the gold. We'll see if the dollar rallies. Most currencies are pretty stable on it. It is creating something of a bid in the bonds and the note market as people are looking at that with the combination of COVID and the monstrous amount of cases and wondering what that all means. When you come to the S&P for the week, you're down 28 points. Overall, that's nothing. This market's still looking nice. It is staying over the 18-week moving average of closes, the weekly area chart of closes, still looking good. When you come over to the daily bar charts, the action's different. When you look at this action, you still have the pattern of higher lows and higher highs. That part is bullish. The market is over the 18-day average. That part is bullish, but it's far away. So if it wanted to go back to it, you lose the uptrend. That's bothersome to me. The Bollinger Band, since you hit it back here, you haven't bothered hitting it again. And as I said when it hit it, I think the pros take money off at those bands. It's the easiest spot to put something in your pocket to see what you want to do if the market pulls back. And the word is some. If the market backs off very much, out you go, and you put yourself back in your cash. This is ugly. You're suddenly now, let's take a look right here. Let's see if we had an embedded reading. So we're looking to see if we get the numbers staying over 80. Not there. Both numbers not over 80, not over 80, and still not. You're not embedded. You're overbought. I've been saying this. Overbought conditions either embed or they correct. To correct, prices often drop. I don't trust what this market is doing. In the NASDAQ, you're just drifting sideways in momentum. The trend has been up. This is the number you can't afford to take out right over here. And that day's low is 11,801.75. Now, you got pretty close to it today, and then you had your turnaround. You got to 11,804, and you turned rather sharply. That's what I was saying. The market's had a great end of the day. This whole thing that they're giving back has to do with what I think Mr. Mnuchin did at the end of the day. When you look at the Dow, it is trying desperately to hang on to its embedded reading. Much more of a break, and it won't. It's certainly early in the evening. There's time there. I thought that the market had looked great. In fact, I went home all smiles, went to the grocery store. Before I did this, my wife said, load up, load up. And I said, okay, I'll do it. She was at her job. And I went there and got the meats and everything. I came home, and to say that I'm not happy, well, it's not only from 52 points up, it's the 234 points down and threatening to lose the embedded reading. This is a time when you trade these micro mini contracts, and that's what I'm telling my subscribers to be doing. In the Russell, the market is trying its darndest. Let's get rid of today. Both numbers over 80, both over 80, not over 80. It's trying its darndest to embed. Are the other markets going to pull it? It's the strongest of the indices now. It's taken the leadership again. Keep your eye on it. In the VIX, the market got a bounce, but that's all it is. You have an embedded reading. This market could be in big trouble. I'd be watching that. T-bond market, is it going to be strong enough to get up to the upper Bollinger Band? Nothing seems to be stopping it, and it's nowhere near overbought. So the answer is, if the market panics a bit more, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. 10-year notes on its way to higher lows, higher highs, not overbought. Looking to see if the market can get up there. I've been watching the 5-year as well. In the dollar index, this is still overall down action, lower highs but higher lows. If the market were to take out 92.19.5, then I'm bearish all over again. Also, I'm watching, is it going to embed? Both numbers today were under 20. They were under yesterday. Come on, give me one day, 20, not the day before. So it's very important for Friday's action how you end up. Are we going to get these embedded readings or not? You put that together, you got a game plan. Eurocurrency was trying to get good, and now it's getting thrown back again. Overbought, not getting the legs to move out of here just yet. Japanese yen, well, with what Mr. Mnuchin did, it wouldn't surprise me if it wants to continue on to the upper Bollinger Band. It's very hard to get long this market when the last swing line low was all the way down here. The risk factor is too big. Bitcoin, until it loses its embedded reading, embedded is when both numbers that make up the slow stochastic, the red and the blue, are going sideways over 80. Until that's lost, I still look for higher prices. So I think the pros come out when it hits the Bollinger Band. It drops down. There's a key moving average. Unfortunately, it's been missing it by this much on the pullback. So interesting that it's not letting you do that. Then I get to the Jan Brent versus WTI crude. I think we're going to hear what I've been talking about, that the OPEC Plus will be delaying when production cuts are going to be, when the cuts in production are going to end. I don't think they're going to end at this point. You're going sideways, though, in these markets, but you have an embedded reading. Until that's lost, I say the pros are buying this market. You still have higher lows, higher highs. Support comes in at the 100-day average. Remember, what was resistance now is support in the marketplace. Same in the, that's Brent, this is WTI. Are we embedding here? I don't believe so. Both numbers first day over, but they're not both over 80 either. And I don't think they were there. Day one was yesterday, but then it wasn't. Just an overbought market. It's hard with COVID, as bad as it is, to try to buy oil on a bounce where you've just gone up $7 a barrel. It's exceptionally hard to do that because now you got to go through another weekend, and who knows where the positivity rates and what new is going to happen. But so far the news, I haven't seen anywhere that says it's getting better. That is the sad part of it. Heating oil market, overbought, in an uptrend. Support should be back 123.94. And nat gas, well, they had another injection today that was 3 times the size they were looking for. Yet the market, when it dropped, it found its support right where I'd expect, the Bollinger Band. And tonight you're getting a bounce, but you still have an embedded reading. This market's going to wait for the first real cold weather. We're 65, 66 in Chicago. Our norm is 46. Tomorrow we're back to 46. So the colder weather is coming, but it's not cold weather. It's colder weather. You need cold weather to give this market a boost. Want to remind you, one of the things we try to do is teach, and one of the things I do is that. And before I get too far, if you like what I do here, I'd appreciate when you finish up on YouTube, you like it or you dislike it. I'm not scared of dislikes. I'd like to know comments. What don't you like? What do you like? I don't try to compete with this to what I do for my subscriber video where people pay me money, but this is a primer. Let's look at it that way. In our futures trading kit, though, you get all the tools you need to take a look at markets in ways you may not have. 14 chart patterns that I think are important ones. option strategies, 25 proven strategies from the CME group. Then you're going to get booklets on M1, M2, M3, cause and effect sheet, as I call it, on money supply. Really important. I created this under Volcker. It's as good today as it was the day I created it. I don't even update it. When I look at it, it's identical to what it was. And it is, you know, what you don't see probably is what we as pros see. We're always looking at in-depth markets. How's the money moving in economies and so on. Then we hook up to the exchanges for you, so you're always getting right off their site the newest brochures. You can just go in there, type something you want info on. It's all there for you. And of course, our charting software. You get all that. So how do you get this? And it's free. Just go to our website, free offers, click on it. We'll be certain to send it out to you. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.